What's up, everyone? Welcome back to a new car on the channel. Welcome to a new video on the channel. Actually, not a new car, but it is technically a new car on the channel as well. This is a Morgan Aero GT, a very goofy car, if I want to use that overused old meme. But yeah, this has been around for a while now. This Morgan especially has been around for a very, very long time. It is so cool though. It's so cool. Ultra retro style build for this thing, but it's a modern car. This came out in 2018. I think they've had a few models before this as well. Regardless, it is just such a cool car. Just in general, everything about it is just very, very cool. I still don't know why they made the headlights kind of point inwards like that. It just makes it look a little bit dopey. Especially from the front end, it just makes it look really, really funny. Regardless, it is still a very, very cool car. I really like it. Look how long the hood is, or the bonnet, whatever. Long bonnet, long hood, really short rear end, side exit exhaust. Like, they just don't make cars like this anymore, you know? And obviously this is very, very old school, but this is a 2018 Morgan Aero GT, and it's new to this game anyway. It's new. We've had it in previous games before, but it's new to this game, and it's your 20-point reward for the winter season for this month. And yeah, pretty easy to get. Just get your 20 points and that's pretty much it. I want to drive this thing. I want to see what it's like. I also want to just take it, maybe... Oh, it's turned to an M3. That's another thing. They love to slap the big old V8s in these Morgans. And people have driven these in real life, not in games. People have driven these in real lives. They say that it's just such a weird and like very unique experience driving a Morgan versus driving any other car, right? It's like when people drive around in Porsche 911, right? And they're saying like it's a very unique experience. The engine being over the rear end and also being pushed by the rear end. It's a totally unique and different experience to driving a different car. If you've driven any array of cars before, you'll be able to tell the difference, or you know, you'll notice the difference when you're driving cars that are, you know, mid-engined or rear-engined or front-engined, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, whatever, all that sort of stuff. When you're accelerating out of corners and stuff like that, and when you're turning in, it's noticeable what it's like. But it's this in its own thing is like a unique experience driving a Morgan, you know. So, oh my god. Wait a second. What? It's completely different to the way it sounds from the outside. Have we had the sound before from the outside, first of all? I don't know if we've had the sound. It sounds like a Jaguar sound. A few pops and bangs from the side exit exhaust. I'm a bit too fast. But the thing I'm most surprised by is the sound from the inside. What? That sounds brilliant. What the f— that sounds so good. What a great sound coming from the inside of this thing. Seriously, what the hell? I seriously did not expect this thing to sound like this. And like I said, have we had this sound in the game before? Sometimes the interior sound is kind of just like a weird, more muffled sound of the exterior for some of these cars. This being a full-on convertible is a little different, but the sound is so good on the inside. That is very cool. I really, really like that. let's do stuff to this thing, because I want to try and just hone it somewhere. I don't know if this could be a good race car. Maybe a bit of drifting would be fun, because it's so long with the front end and not like a really short rear end. These sort of setups for these cars are always quite fun to throw around sideways. 362 horsepower, weighs 1,221 kilos, super lightweight. Front engine, obviously, rear wheel drive. It sounds really good. I think if I changed it... If I just change the engine, I don't really want to change the actual engine of this thing, but we'll have a look at what's available. 6.2 V8. What's this? This is the Mercedes AMG V8, I'm pretty sure, the 510 horsepower. I think the other one is like 400 and something horsepower, the LS one. Alright, V10 or Lamborghini V10, whatever. 7.7 liter V12, racing V12, and that racing inline 6 as well. We can... Supercharger sounds pretty good, but I think I'm gonna keep this thing NA. And then obviously we can change this thing to all-wheel drive, which I'm not going to do. Disgusting Forza Aero once again. Really don't want to add that on because that's just ugly. What are we looking at for tires here? So, yeah, ideally I kind of feel like I want to throw this thing a little bit sideways. I know I've been drifting some of the cars on the channel recently. I mean, that's not really true, right? I've been changing it up a little bit. Even with the Fast and Furious guys, I've been building them either for a bit of drag racing and stuff like that, and some of the cars are built for actual racing down the mountain and all that. So I think I'm good with a good drift build for this car. I feel like it would be kind of fun to do that. So we'll slap a bit of power onto it. 225s on the front. We can go a little wider because I think we're going to squeeze out a little bit more power out of this thing. I don't think I should go any wider than maybe like 265s or 275s in the rear. I don't know how much power we're going to be getting NA, you know. We'll do 265s in the rear. What are we at? 255s in the front? We'll do 245s in the front as well. I also don't know if I want to change the wheels on this thing. They actually look quite good. Even the track width as well. Maybe the track width would be decent now after we add the drift suspension, you know. But yeah, the wheels also look really good because they have that center locking. Sorry, not center locking, but they have their own logo in the center, like the Morgan logo, which I think it kind of suits this thing. But I think there's a set of wheels that I kind of want to swap over to. I think it's in the specialized rim style. I'm not 100% sure if I remember correctly where they are. Oh, I can't remember where they are or what brand they were, but I remember there's a set of wheels that I feel like could suit this thing quite a lot. Even if I go like rotiforms and make him still look kind of like the classic wheels, that'll be kind of interesting. You know, something like these, right? Where it still looks quite similar to stock. I don't know. Do HREs have anything interesting? Is that where I was thinking of? Okay, I might go with these. These HREs, center locking nut. I feel like a lot of the wheels on this thing look really good, but I feel like multi-spokes look really good on this car. I'm gonna go with these. I'm gonna go with these wheels, and we'll keep them like that. I'll probably end up changing them to like kind of like a polished look or something like that. We'll see. I'm gonna change transmission and all that sort of stuff to race spec so we can adjust it. Off-road diff because it'll just lock it for me automatically. Brakes, we can go with some carbon ceramics. Yeah, go on then. Why not? And then, yeah, I was gonna say, surely we have drift suspension available for this thing because, I mean, look at it. We can put a cage in it. That is quite funny with the cage in it, but I don't want to ruin the aesthetics of it, so I'm not going to put it on. Yeah, and the rest of it, I'm just going to kind of build it up. I want to hear what this thing sounds like as well with a different exhaust, so I'm going to buy everything else except for the exhaust. Actually, flywheel I'm not going to buy for when I'm drifting. Alright, this. Doesn't change the sound. Fair enough. We'll take those. I mean, I'm happy with not changing the sound of this thing because it already sounds really good. Alright. So I'm all good with that. So, what are we left with? What did we get at the very end? It was like 640 horsepower, wasn't it? Something like that? Yeah, 640, 759 newton meters of torque, 996 kilos. I mean, the power to weight ratio for this thing is just really nice to be able to take it out sliding. Maybe chrome does work for these? It doesn't seem to like... Yeah, I'm gonna select chrome for these, but I think they're bugged. I think the wheels themselves are genuinely just bugged. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good with this thing. It's not bad. Oh, it looks good sideways though. I like that. Yeah, I think we're gonna be drifting a little slower. It's just the sound of the diff in the transmission now that you can hear a lot more of it. That sounds so good from the inside, man. So good. Let's just enjoy a nice drive down the mountain. With it a little sideways. That is so lovely. We're up in the mountains. Snowy mountains. Alright. I'm gonna put on the drift cam actually as well. And sim steering. Oh, sim steering's on. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. Drift cam on. Boom. Done. Let's have a little enjoyable slide down the hill. I feel like the further down we go, the less snow is going to be, right? Ooh. Hello, mate. How are you? Yeah, I don't know about the power of this thing. To be able to push itself down the hill at some sort of speed, but... Oh god, I lost it. The front end is so bulky. What's the... Oh, can I even check? One sec. How do I check this? It's fairly balanced. 50-50 weight distribution. I mean, it's 52% on the front. Which isn't too bad, but... I think it's the front end grip versus rear end grip. I'm gonna increase my tire pressure for the rear. And decrease it on the front slightly. And we'll see if I can get it to grip a little bit more. So I think ideally what I'd like to change on this car is probably tire width. So when we were messing around with the tire width, I obviously didn't know, you know, what this thing was going to handle like. I think maybe tire width is probably one thing that I'd probably end up changing on this car. If I was to build this thing properly. Like I said in previous videos, and I'll say it now, a little basic setup. Just enjoy driving this thing down the hill. Because it is fun. It is... I always enjoy sending cars down the hill. It's always entertaining just to see what they're like. I don't really care about points either, that's why I didn't activate the checkpoints. Or the drift zone. I need to mess around with my steering a lot with this car. It's not as... it's not as smooth as some of the other cars I've driven. Constantly have to keep your steering in check. But if you can control all that, you're gonna have a pretty decent time sending this thing sideways. I am still trying to push it as wide as I possibly can as well for some of the corners. Oh, don't go too wide now. I actually understeered a little bit there because I didn't give it enough power. Not too fast there. Drifting in cockpit is just such a different thing. You have to like really practice for it, or like try it out for a little while until you get used to it. Because you can't really tell, like 100% what sort of angle you're holding and stuff like that. So sometimes you may be setting this a bit too hard sideways, but okay, okay. That is just such a beautiful noise. Oh my god. Alright, let's go back into the exterior. So I can actually see what I'm doing a little bit more. There it goes. It's alright. we're still going. Keep the momentum going. Nice. Nice and clean. Look at that. Great stuff. Yeah, it's nice to just go for a little bit of a drive in this thing. It's such a different car from like your normal, you know, normal convertible, or even like your normal car in the game. It's just, like I said, it's such a, like a retro type of build, right? It's when people with, or not people, sorry, but when companies decide to like kind of do like resto mods on cars, if that makes sense, when you have like really old cars, right? And people decide to do like resto mods, like creating old 911s, like air-cooled 911s, and they like remake them and modernize them and stuff like that. That's exactly what this thing feels like to me. And I remember in on Top Gear, actually, when they were messing around with the Morgan and the, what was it, the Weissman, or the Weissman. That thing is also sick. I don't know why that's not in this game. If anybody's watching this video, put the Weissman in the game, because that's also a very cool car. It's the same concept as this thing. Really the same concept. It's like an old school retro style car, but it's all modern. But it still has like hints of the past in, and like in the design, and just even in just all the details and everything. Like stuff being made out of wood and all that sort of stuff. Wasn't one of the Morgans like made out of actual like wood? Isn't it? Didn't they have like wood panels as well? Like maybe like wood doors and all this sort of stuff. I feel like I remember that from Top Gear as well, because I remember Hammond used to love these a lot. Yeah, well, there you go. There's the goofy looking front end on this thing. I'd definitely recommend getting this thing. It's an enjoyable car to hone with. And the sound on the inside just makes it, I think. Such a satisfying sound when you hear it from the inside. Yeah, I love it. I don't know what else to say about it. I think it's very cool. Well, let me know what you think of it, if you've gotten this yourself. Like I said, it's only 20 points in the winter season, so give it a shot, get it. If you built this thing for anything else, maybe you built it for racing or something, definitely let me know. Also, link to my Discord is down below if you want to, you know, have me try one of these Morgan tunes that you've sent me. I'm down to give it a shot in a future video if you want to send it over. Just join the Discord and put the tune over there. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. And we'll have a look at something else. Alright. Goodbye, everyone. Peace out.